Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another video of the 100 Days to CLAT series. This is day 8 away from the CLAT exam and we are 92 days into this series, and in this video I would be discussing the LPT mock 67, the recent one, and I would also be discussing what the good score would be in this particular mock and what was the difficulty level of each particular section. So stay tuned for that. Let's quickly start this video. These were the tasks which I have done for the day. I gave the mock analysis. I wish I could have done this, but I did not. I did the October CLAT Express. I did this. Vocabulary bhi I don't say I had done that. I did a few vocab words but not much. So ये दो भी नहीं किए. In total I clocked in only 6 hours 15 minutes. I mean, it's really pathetic, man. It's just 1 week and I'm clocking time like this. So maybe I need to revamp my strategy on my revision, because revision I'm a lot of backlog person in terms of revision. So उसमें थोड़ा सा I will do some changes. Now let us discuss that mock, or I will end it with the learnings which I made during that mock. English, I feel the first passage was hard. Rest all things were quite easy. There was one poem wala passage, but the questions were easy of that poem wala passage. So I don't feel anything was difficult other than this first passage. And even I feel 22nd question was wrong. So if you guys have given this mock, do let me know what was your reasoning behind the 22nd question, because I feel it is still wrong. So overall English में good score would be anywhere above 18 would have been a good score. And I made a classical mistake in English which I would discuss at the end. And GK में GK what I felt was it was moderate to difficult. GK had a lot of details in it. बहुत ज़्यादा numbers और numbers थे, years था, and we had 1.1 billion वैसा कुछ, and then they asked sections का specific thing. So GK was very detailed in terms of numbers and stuff, and I really liked the GK section because this was something different from that of usual sections, because इसमें we had a lot of numbers and generally we don't get these types of questions, but it was a nice thing. Overall GK was a bit moderate to difficult for me. I did not score that well in GK. So GK में anywhere above 14 would have been a good score in my opinion. But this would depend how well you have performed in the Sri Lanka wala passage. And legal was easy to moderate. Legal was a deal breaker, as in the sense how much time you have spent in legal. If you have saved up a lot of time in legal, you could have used that in quants, because quants was difficult. So legal में time would have been a good factor to judge how the section was. और बहुत ही simple सा section था, बहुत जल्दी हो गए, डायरेक्ट से क्वेश्चंस थे, कुछ भी आई डेंट फील एनी डिफिकल्टी इन लीगल एट ऑल. सो एनीवेयर अबव 27 वुड हैव बीन अ गुड स्कोर. 27 के आसपास भी आ जाएगा तो इट हैव बीन अ गुड स्कोर. बट लीगल वॉज क्वाइट डायरेक्ट सा लीगल. And then logical we would divide in AR and CR. CR was again easy. I feel even the 88th question was wrong because there was no statement given as such. So it was a bit difficult wala question because there was no statement. So we had to do something else. And even the 101 question feels wrong for me for some reason. And I also confirmed it with my DeepSeek AI ka chatbot, and it too said it is a wrong question. But we never know. But overall it was easy in terms of CR ka part. Analytical reasoning was somewhere moderate to difficult. I have seen a lot of people not getting the answers of the analytical reasoning. Maybe you need to work a bit more on your AR ka part, because this AR was moderate to difficult. It would take a lot of time. It took me around 7-8 minutes and I got all those questions right. So a good score would depend whether or not you have gotten the AR questions right. If you were to get the AR questions right, so anywhere above 18 would have been a good score. अगर AR नहीं होता तो आप उसके अकॉर्डिंग कट करके लिख लो. But logical was relatively a lot easier. And then QT part, QT was difficult. Straight up speaking, QT was difficult because I've seen a lot of people's comments on Reddit and stuff. and people were calling out QT was quite lengthy. The first passage was kind of very difficult in terms of there were a lot of variables in it, but I actually got these questions QT में only because I have started doing the quants का section from the end, the first passage, because in the end we got two hints straight up. We got that Rohit guy was selling 580 phones and the other guy was selling 120 phones, and then 1 by 11 by 1 by 9 का कुछ उस logic से we would get 108 इधर में भी, and then this 108 would connect to other things. वैसे करके you could have gotten maybe एक दो questions right, but I have actually shared my rough work on my Telegram channel about the quant section. If you did not get it, maybe try seeing that and you might get a bit of idea how that was done. So quants में even the second passage was quite lengthy, बहुत ज़्यादा उसमें there were new things added. The first two questions were easy, man. In the second passage, if you did not do that, you need to revamp a bit. And then 117 question में कुछ additional info था. That additional info led to 117, 118, 119 question. फिर 120 में भी there was some additional info. So overall quants में you could have only tackled quants if you had a lot of time. So if you were having a lot of time, you could have done good in quants. और वो फर्स्ट पैसेज का अगर आप ट्रिक समझते तो कर सकते थे. सो क्वांट्स में seriously speaking anywhere above 6 would have been a really good score for quants in my opinion. So overall if you see 18, 36, 40, 50, 18, 36, 40, 50, 77, 83, 83 है, but anywhere above 85 would have been an absolute tremendous score in my opinion. So yeah, I believe that is it. Anything above 85 plus would have been a good score for your LPT mock 67. Now if you wish to see what my learnings were in this, you could stay again here. What I did was I did not use a pen at all in this particular mock. I just, because what happened is last year में they made a person erase all the stuff which she underlined. So I thought कि अगर इस साल हो गया मेरे साथ वो, what would I do at that situation? So I need to be prepared for that. So I did not use a pen at all for underlining. So it was very very hard for me because I had to go back and forth in the passage a lot. So that was actually debilitating experience. But yeah, I managed to do it. And do not cut nails, because if I don't cut my nails, at least one of the nail I could mark it with my nail. The answer I could slightly keep a mark over there. I was actually doing it with my pen ka cap. It worked well for me, but I would do that as well. Leave for review if on track with time. If I'm okay, I'll discuss this. What I said previously is do not leave any questions for the last, but now I recant my statement, because now what I thought is अगर मैं suppose legal में I'm doing 25 questions and I leave 2 questions for review, and I'm coming to logical reasoning 24 questions, and I do this 24 questions, let's suppose in 20 minutes, then I am on track. Then I need not attempt these 2 questions now. If suppose I take 30 minutes इधर में and I know कि लास्ट में टाइम नहीं बचेगा, I would simply come back and attempt away these 2 questions. जो भी I had my gut feeling, I would simply go and attempt it. And this is because अगर आप ट्रैक पर रहोगे, if you have that लास्ट का 5-10 मिनट, then you can always come back and do it with a free mind. And if you are not on track, then you are still attempting it. So that is a win-win situation in both the scenarios. Another thing is deep breaths during filling of OMR to calm myself down. For static part I would do this, which governor has done which reform और कौन सा कांड किस गवर्नर के अंडर हुआ था, I would note that in British rule. And made a lot of classical mistakes by going with extreme options. This was particularly for English section, जहाँ पर in the first passage I made like tremendous errors which I shouldn't have done. So this is what I would be applying my framework as. Whenever when I'm in doubtful or tough questions आएंगे, तब I'll do 3 structured formula. First is to find out the main idea. Okay, this is not mean, this is main idea. Then try to find out the tone, and then third में it is to eliminate all the extreme options and common traps. If I would have done this, I would have probably gotten a lot more questions correct in my English, or especially in that first passage जहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा गलती कर दिया. So that is a learning from this mock, and I hopefully would perform well even in the Sundays All India Open mock legal age, I would be giving that. Today I would not be giving any mock. So I believe that is it. Bye.